All right, let's begin with starting our Excel software program. So we're going to come down here to our Start button. Okay, and then what we're going to do is look in this list for Excel. And so I've got Excel near the top of my list. It's under my most used category because I use it all the time. So we can go here to grab it if it's in a program you've used before. Otherwise, scrolling through the list here, looking under Ease, you may find your Excel program there. Otherwise, scrolling through, you might need to look under M for Microsoft Office, look for that folder, and then you can go ahead and click on the Excel file. So I'm going to choose Excel here. It's going to start up my program. Pay attention to this number if it comes up, if you have a number there. All right, and then it's going to show me in here a startup screen. And that's because of the new version that I have on my screen. Not everybody will have this, so for now, I'm going to press my Escape key on my keyboard to get out of that. Okay, and here we are in the full Excel program. So let's practice exiting it. To exit the program, we're going to use this big X in the top right corner there. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. That will exit out the program. Okay, and then that's it there. So let's go ahead and practice opening the file, the software again. So we're going to click on Start. I'm going to grab from the top of my list now, just give it a click. And it'll start the program, and if you have missed it before, pay attention to the number. That'll let you get you a hint as to what version it is that you have for your Excel. And again, when you see the startup screen, just press your Escape key to get out of that for a moment. Okay, and now we're here in the Excel program. So next what we want to do is open the file that we gave you yesterday. And we'll go ahead and do that under the File command, and then Open. Okay. And once you get into the Open command, just kind of notice the structure of how this works. So there's Open, then we've got the next column, and then we've got the next column. So we have 1, 2, 3 different columns in here. I'm going to go down to Browse. Okay, and then from here we're going to go under the desktop because that's where we saved it. And I'm going to grab my Getting Started file and open. Okay, so that's going to open the file. I do have this item right here, that's just the security settings I have on my computer. If you have this too, just push Enable Editing and it'll let you get into the file. So this is the practice file that we're going to be using. Before we move further though, let's go ahead and practice closing it as well. So we're going to choose File, and in this list you're going to find Close. And that will close you out of the current file that you were looking at. Let's practice opening it again. So back to File and Open. We can go to Browse, grab it under that desktop folder, and we'll get the file. Okay, so that's how we can open it. Let me show you a shorter way of opening it too. So let's do under File and Close. Okay, so back to File and Open. Now remember that we have 1, 2, 3 different columns here. So we're under Open, and that then cascades into this second column, which is currently under Recent. And that will cascade into the third column, and it'll show you some recent files that I've had open before. And actually I just did a quick computer cleanup, so there's some junk in here. But anyway, we're under Recent, and you'll see for today, there's my Getting Started file. And I'll just go ahead and just pick that from the list here. And it reopened it very quickly for me. So I didn't have to hunt down, did I save it in my desktop? Did I save it somewhere else? I was able just to grab it and go right there. So that's a nice little shortcut for you. All right, let's go ahead and completely exit out of the program. So I'm going to click on X to exit out. Okay. And then next we want to take a look at that start screen. So back to Start, Excel. Okay, so we've got that in there. And I want to just look at the startup screen that comes in. So if you have the newer version, you'll have it. If you've got an older version, you're not going to see this bonus screen. So if you want to start Excel with a blank workbook, you can go here. Otherwise, we have a recent category that comes in, and hey, there's that file that we just opened. So you could grab it quickly from this list. And you can kind of scroll through. There'll be a longer list of different files that you could grab there. So we've got that. And then we also have different templates in here that you could get into. Also on the left-hand screen, you'll have a menu of different choices too. But what we want to do is just have a blank workbook. Okay, so I'm just going to grab that and I get a blank workbook file. Okay, let's do that startup screen again. Okay, so we're going to do start, back to Excel. All right, so here we are at the startup screen again. Let's grab our recent file, that getting started file that we had. So I'm going to grab that. Okay, and there it is. This is my getting started file. Next, what we want to do is just take a look at what version of Excel that we have in front of us. So we're going to go to the File command, and then down here we're going to go under Account. Okay, and then in there it'll tell you which version of Office you have. So currently I'm looking at Microsoft Office 365 Pro Plus is the version, the full version that I have. So I'm going to have you guys message me in our student Facebook group and let me know what version of Excel that you have, and you know, just whatever the number is. So it could be 365, which is the online version. It's the newest version, so that's the one I'll have for you guys. Otherwise, you may need to, you know, you might have a different version number. So it could be 2016 or 2013, 2000, and just kind of chat me what version it is that you have, so we can kind of move class from there. All right, so once you know that, I'm just gonna click on the arrow here. That'll just kind of back me out. Okay, and I think we're gonna leave class just like this. So we want to leave the getting started file open before we get into the next lesson. So for now, and have you take a moment and just practice starting your Excel program, exiting it, practice opening and closing this file. And if you have that start screen, you know, play with that a little bit. And definitely let me know what version of Excel it is that you have.